Here we are, and I've resurrected some old intro music just for a wee change for you. Welcome. Do you like this or the normal music? Let me know. Plenty coming up tonight. Packed show, packed show. So yes, here we are yet again for another live show from Elvis, the Ultimate Fan Channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So nice to see so many familiar names in the in the chat. I see that Chris is in the building. Dave is in the building moderating for me as well. And Maxine. Hi, Maxine. Nice to see you as well, of course. We missed you the last few weeks. Now, what have I got? So much to do, really, actually. You just, look at this. Look at all these pages here. Look. Yes, a full show. As you can see, I've moved round the corner from Graceland this week. There'll be more about this place in a little while. So what have I got? I have got... No, don't apologise, Maxine. No, I understand. So, yeah, I've got... underrated Elvis songs. Again, please keep sending those in. Underrated Elvis songs. We have a live poll as well coming up. I know sometimes it's not easy for you to vote on the poll, and this one is no different. A song I wish Elvis had recorded. Photoshop of the week. Caption this photo. We always have a lot of fun with caption this photo. Smoking hot photo. Well, I don't know whether we have fun with the smoking hot photo or whether it's just people fainting. This day in Elvis history, of course, in case you're familiar, you're curious of what Elvis was doing on any particular day down through the years. A topic, of course, and as you know, later on you will be able to call me free on WhatsApp, Instagram, Messenger, or you can just call me on that telephone number there below me. I haven't turned the phones on yet. I'd like to say a big thank you for all the kind messages and show of support and so forth. Please do keep sending in your what do you call them, ideas and suggestions, because I am always looking for, as I say, underrated songs, Photoshop, smoking hot photos, songs you wish that Elvis had sung, funny caption photos. You can even suggest a topic for discussion, and if you want to send them in on email, there's the email address. So we can all have a happy time together. If you weren't watching last week, I did unveil the winner of the Elvis Fan of the Year. And it was, yes, Lou Dane, Sweet Lou. And she is going to be receiving this, the Elvis in Concert jacket. Alrighty. So I will be getting that off to you shortly, Lou. I just haven't got around to it. I must admit, I just haven't had the time this week to do it. And also, we are direct from Graceland, Elvis, yes. The Arches, London Bridge in London, starting in October. They are having an exhibition. They're bringing a whole load of stuff over from Graceland. And guess who's going to be going? Yep, you got it. Me. Myself and my wife have booked tickets. I am going over. And Vincenzo, yes, that is Dolan Drive. Yes, it is. Yeah, I am booked. We fly over from Ireland to London Heathrow, courtesy of British Airways, and we're spending 2 nights in London, and one of those days I will be visiting direct from Graceland. So I'll keep you more informed of what I will be doing. Helen says, direct from Graceland, going twice in October and December. You greedy thing, Helen. You greedy thing. Right. So, yeah, as I say, I will keep you updated with what I'm going to be doing, when I'm going to be going, and what I will be doing while I'm over there. So, yeah, and I must admit, I am really, really, really looking forward to it. we were talking about Elvis women loving Elvis last week, and I did see it. I didn't. Yeah, yeah. I don't quite know what to say without being unkind. And people that know me, I try not to be unkind if I can avoid it. Ginger was good. Barbara, of course, Barbara Hearn was, as always, beautiful person inside and out. She shone like a beacon through the fog in that particular episode, the 50s episode. Linda, of course, but I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Maybe I'd better not, but I did see it. Now the quiz. Yes, the quiz. No, actually, we're going to do something else before that. The Circle G, of course, as we know, is a foundation. It's a non-profit organization, and it's Save Elvis Circle G Ranch. Now, this is sort of what's sort of been happening. September the 8th, 2021, the Circle G Foundation is very proud that they Elvis fans around the world placed a state historic marker at the Circle G Ranch with help from the state of Mississippi. On that day, we said we hoped that this would encourage the owners to move forward with their plans. Fast forward to September the 8th, 2023. What have the owners done? Nothing, apart from neglecting the ranch. The time is now to move your campaign forward, our campaign forward. It's up to us, Elvis fans. Have you signed the petition? Have you shared the petition? Have you told your friends and groups? Keep sharing and spreading the word, and be ready for Monday, tomorrow, September the 11th, 2023. Our email initiative starts then, and check back for details. So I've done it. I've signed the petition. I did make a donation as well, but more importantly, the donation isn't the most important thing. Leslie said last week that it's the signatures. There's a link below in the description box for the Circle G petition. It'll take you 30 seconds. It won't cost you a red cent. All it'll do is it will help in the fight to get something done to the Circle G Ranch, because at the moment it's just decaying away. So it's up to you, Elvis fans. Nobody else can do it. It's up to us, the likes of me and you. So I wanted to just put that in, and I might give it another wee mention just before the end of the show. Now, the quiz is general knowledge, and Jack apparently is hungover, so he won't be on his game tonight. Dylan says that he's struggling a little bit as well, so now's your chance, everybody else. Deb H says, I've signed, shared, and donated. Thanks, Deb. Thank you very, very much. Like I say, signing the petition is literally just a 30-second job, a couple of clicks, and you've done what everybody needs you to do, which is to support Elvis and to save the Circle G Ranch. Oh, and another thing as well, I was looking before I came on, only half of you have actually thumbed up this video. Now, I know I sound like a broken down record when I say this, but it is important to give this a thumbs up. It only takes a millisecond to do it, and we obviously target 300 likes. I failed last week. I think I only got 260 or 270 likes. Let's see if we can get the 300 likes, and that it also includes you that's watching on playback or catch up as well. Please give this a thumbs up. Now, moderators, if you're ready, stand by for Elvis General Knowledge. What have we got? We've got a mystery voice in here. We've got a backwards Elvis. We've got mystery songs. We've got a question about who wrote what. Okay, so here we go. The first question is... Backwards Elvis. Elvis backwards. I better get my trusty pen. Okay. It's not an Elvis pen, actually. I must get an Elvis pen. Maybe when I go to direct from Graceland, because there's a Graceland shop, which I'm looking forward to. Very, very much so. Here we go. Stand by. Backwards Elvis. Question number 1. Well, it was a fast one. That's for sure. Dylan says Promised Land. Unbelievable. How many people are putting Blue River? Elvis No Name says more Blue River. Yeah, and I think that Jack got it, and Jack is hungover. So how much quicker Jack would have got it if he hadn't been hungover. Oh, do you know what? I've also got a new jingle as well, sent in by, I can't remember, was it Kirsty that sent this in? If you sent this jingle in, tell me on the chat, will you? Here we go.
20 years down the drain, boys.
20 years down the drain. Right, young Jack. Kirsty says, yep, me, Steve. Well, there you go. So thanks for the jingle. And, of course, I always say, apart from all the other things that I ask you to send in, you can also send in a jingle as well that we can use for the quiz. Just bear in mind that it can't really have background music or it'll be unusable. Right. Here we go. Oh, well, actually, I don't have to play anything for this. I just have to give you the letters, the first letter of each word of a song title, and you have to tell me what this song is. And it is TSYNF. T for Tommy, S for Steve, Y for Yard, N for November, and F for Freddie. How's about that? TSYNF. What song is that? Oh, yeah, Maxine, we've already done 29 pictures from the 68 comeback special when you were on your holiday. Okay. Okay. Jack, yes, your hangover is starting to show. Although Brent's got it as well. That's someone you'll never forget. But the first one looks like it was Mrs. E.A.P. Presley by the looks of it. So that's someone you'll never forget. Apparently, was Red thinking about Gladys when he wrote that? So I'm going to put Mrs. E.A.P. Okay. And she gets
20 years down the drain, boys.
Yeah, there is another one where he says 14 years right down the drain, and that's just after the laughing version of Are You Lonesome Tonight? So, yeah, congratulations to Mrs. E.A.P. Elaine. Right, okay. She says, wow, I've got one first. Well, you just never know. It's keep going, because you too could be winning a smashing Elvis prize this time next year, or you could be winning a smashing prize this time at the end of the month. So, what have I got now? Listen to this. The mystery voice. Okay, right. The mystery voice, and I'm gonna throw down the gauntlet here. I think I've got you on this mystery voice. I really, really do. And that means that somebody will get in about 0.25 of a second. Every time I say, I think I've got you on this. So here we go. This is the mystery voice. Who is this?
The album is about some songs that I had done. There are a lot of the songs that he had recorded and some that he had accepted but never got into the studio to do.
Okay. Kirsty says, I'm terrible at mystery voice. Well, I think... Right, okay. John Rowley says James Burton. No, not James Burton. No clue. Tracy Heenan. No clue. Yeah. Sammy Davis Jr. Okay, James Brown. Otis Redding. Otis Redding is close. Okay. Yeah, it was actually Otis Blackwell talking about, obviously, Don't Be Cruel and all the other ones that he wrote for him. return to sender. But he was also talking about the ones that Elvis hadn't got chance to accept. So, yeah, it's Jack again. Jack is going to be running away with it. Okay, here we go. I understand that the prize that I want to give Jack is actually coming off pre-order this week, so I can get that sorted as well. Now, young Jack.
20 years down the drain, boys.
Okay. I get to play my other jingle as well, because this is another mystery song. The Mystery Elvis Songs. That's scary, that music, isn't it? I should have played that for question number 2 as well. You've got to tell me, by me giving you the first letter of each word in the title, what this song is. Here we go. T-F-I-M-O. Tifimo. T-F-I-M-O. Somebody break Jack's keyboard. Will it be a hat trick for Jack? I don't know. Will it be? Speaking of coffee, you can buy me a coffee using the link above. Somebody was just mentioning coffee there. Oh, I don't think Jack has got it this time. He's snoozing. Snooze, you lose. Okay. It is actually, the fair's moving on, and I think it was Brent. Well done, Brent. Elvis Nation, yes. Well done. What happened to Jack? Did we stump Jack? Oh, Jack says you tripped me up on that one. Yes. I thought I was going to trip people up on Otis Blackwell, but there you go. I really do underestimate just how much of a geniuses you are. Genii? Are you? I don't know what the plural is for genius. Genii? Genius? Is this? Put the jumpsuit one in. Yeah, Dylan says. Yeah, okay. Brent.
20 years down the drain, boys.
Right. Yeah. Yes. I was just about to say, because somebody reminded me about the coffee there. Somebody saying they were drinking coffee. You can, if you appreciate the work I do, buy me a coffee or two by using the link in the description box or the QR code. If you don't want to use the Buy Me Coffee site, you can use PayPal. PayPal is as secure as Buy Me Coffee. Elvis, the only singer that sounds good backwards too. Yeah, that's true. I agree. He certainly does. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, right. So I'm getting off track here. Question number 5. This is just a kind of a general knowledge question. And it's who wrote this song? Who wrote US Mail? Go. Here we go. John Rowley says Mac Davis. Mac Davis. There's a lot of Jerry Reeds in there. Manfred Boomer. Hi, Manfred. I don't think I've seen your name before. If you are new to this channel, anybody else that's new, please subscribe and click the notification bell. Turn it black. Okay. Hi, Paul. There's Paul Gansky. Right. So, hat trick for Jack. Well done, Jack. It was the remarkable and very talented Jerry Reed. Okay, here we go, Jack.
20 years down the drain, boys.
And here's another just sort of general knowledge question that you just kind of have to know. Jack has quick fingers. Yes, he does. And it is, what was Elvis's character's name in, well, we've got 31 to choose from, haven't we? What was Elvis's character's name in Live a Little, Love a Little? Now, my one finger typing is slow, says Deb H. There is, Rebel, there is a poll coming up, yeah. Kirsty Marie says Greg Nolan. And Ruth Daniel says Greg Nolan. Paul's just says Greg. I need... Jack's got it right, yeah. Norset, yeah. There's a lot of people, Monique. Doug Dickerson says Willie. No. Yeah, so it was Kirsty. Well done, Kirsty. Kirsty Marie. Okay, right. That actually finishes the quiz for this week. Thank you very, very much for everybody that enters into the spirit of it. Of course, there is a little prize at the end of every month, and also everybody that's first throughout the year goes into a big pot, and then I pull the name out and you win a prize, just like Lou Dane did last month. She won the Elvis in concert jacket. Okay. And I think I did tell you that I am going to the Direct from Graceland, the Elvis exhibition in London. I'm going in November, and I'll tell you more about that near the time, what I'm going to do and so forth. Right. So, yeah, the topic today is this. I've got the wrong box open. There you go. This week's topic is what's going to happen to Vernon Presley's Dolan Drive house. And this topic actually inspired me by what's happening to the Circle G Ranch as well, that I mentioned at the top of the show. The guys at EP back on tour visited, and they say every time we go to Memphis, we make it a point to go by Vernon's house and see what state it's in. Now, people say, oh, no, it doesn't belong to Vernon anymore and all this. But to me, it will always be Vernon's house, okay, on Dolan. Sadly, this last week, this is the shape it's in. And I have some photographs to sort of show you as I'm talking about this. It says, it just seems to us that more care could be given to the home of Elvis's father. The former home of Vernon Presley at 1266 Dolan Drive is owned by, and I'm not actually going to say the name of the owner. I do know the name of the owner, but I'm not going to say. They live out of state. They have allowed the property to become dilapidated. Elvis Presley Enterprises and Graceland do not own the property. The house is located in a subdivision which is not currently zoned for commercial purposes. If EPE and Graceland wanted the property, they would have made purchase arrangements many, many years ago. Okay, that is a very important and salient point when we're discussing this property. The house is located, if EPE and Graceland wanted the property, they would have made purchase arrangements many years ago. Anything could be a possibility in the future with or without Graceland. If only the correct person with a lot of money and with a lot of heart could purchase the property, there is an estimated $1 million price tag on it. Now that's just greed. I'm sorry, but $1 million... It's not worth that, in my opinion anyway. It's not worth that. What are your thoughts about the shape the property's in, and what do you think can be done? I just want to show you some pictures as well in better times. There's Vern with some fans outside the front door of Dolan. He's either pulling out or pulling in to Dolan. That looks to be after Elvis died, by the looks of Vernon there. And there's another shot of Vernon outside the front door. Okay, so that really is the question I want. What are your thoughts about the shape the property is in? What do you think can be done? What do you think will be done? What do you think can be done, really, That's what I would like to sort of ask you. So we're going to do the... we're going to do... Where is it? Here it is. I'm going to open the phone lines in a second, but I want to do the poll, of course, before I open the phone lines. And the poll is a little bit like asking you to name your favorite child. Basically, what it is which is your favorite album from the Stax sessions? Raised on Rock, Good Times, or Promised Land? And I'm going to put that up there now. I am actually going to load that into the chat. Okay? So it should show now. What is your favorite album produced from the Stax sessions? Raised on Rock, Good Times, or Promised Land? Alrighty? And yeah, that's what I have to do. I actually have to open the phone lines so that we can maybe discuss what's to be done, or what can be done with the Dolan Drive house. Okay, I'll remind you of that poll a little bit later, but basically that's what it is. Raised on Rock, Good Times. Hello.
It's me again.
Hello, me
Surprise.
again. Yeah, surprise is right. Yeah. So, what do you think?
Something needs to be done.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't know whether people are going to chip in. I don't know.
Well, somebody needs to buy it. That's basically what needs to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't think that EPE and Graceland are going to buy it, simply because if they were interested, I think they would have done it years ago.
Yeah, I do too.
So
yeah,
and I mean, I'm not 100% sure what the current owner is thinking by just letting it go to rack and ruin.
I mean, they probably don't care about Elvis like we do, so we just.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still money they've invested. I mean, if you had a house,
well, it's true.
You know,
yeah.
Why would you just let it go to rack and ruin?
Yeah, I don't know.
The asking price as well, personally, in my opinion, $1 million is way too much.
Yeah.
I know it's got history and, you know, who's it connected with and all that, but it's still just way, way, way too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. What about the poll?
Oh, it's not as bad as the jumpsuit one for me, but it was still a bit of a tough one. But I did go with Promised Land.
You went with Promised Land. Was there any particular track that swayed it for you?
Sleep.
Huh?
Sleep.
All right. Sleep, yeah.
Sleep.
If you're talking your sleep, yeah.
Just because, as good as the studio version is, that intro on the live version is just it's just amazing.
Yeah, James is giving it some, isn't he? He really is.
James, Ronnie, even Duke.
Yeah.
Even Duke's giving it some.
Yeah.
Despite what people say. And I was watching Aloha yesterday because it was on TV yesterday.
Yeah, it was on Sky Arts, wasn't it?
Yeah, and something that I didn't actually notice, but now that I have, I can't unsee it. And for me, this is a stupid thing, right? If you notice behind Charlie, for some reason, Elvis's country gent is there.
Yeah.
Now there's no now. Elvis had a pre-made set for that show.
Yes.
And there was no indication that he was going to sit down and play.
Okay.
So why the country gent would be there?
You know, I think I've heard this before, and there's no real answer to this question. I don't know why it was there.
Well, yeah, because the last time he played it was 1971. In either Vegas or Tahoe. But then, for some reason, they brought it on the road. Knowing full well that there's no real song, maybe apart from Will Sister Get Back.
Yeah.
That he was going to sit down and play.
Yeah.
But
And not only that, they were on such a fixed time scale as well. There was going to be no room for him sitting down and fooling with the guitar.
Yeah, there was no time. And I think with my little sister Get Back as well, after 1970, he never sat down again.
When was it? When was it most noticeable in Aloha that you can see it behind Charlie?
Probably in the band intros.
Oh, right. Right.
When he says, I'm with Charlie Hodgson, and the camera goes up on Charlie.
Yeah.
He's giving him the water.
Yeah.
And then the country gent is just glaring there, right at the back of him.
So it's just for anybody that wants to watch out for that. It's when he's doing the band introductions and he says Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's also like records of him like having it in like 75. Like there in 75. But again, there'd be no reason why.
Yeah, I mean, it is strange for the Aloha. I can see the sense in it, maybe Charlie doing it, thinking it, Elvis might decide to do something like that. But, I mean, we also know that he'd sit down at the piano as well at short notice and sing something.
Yeah, no, see, because that's the thing as well. Because, like, with the piano, that was Elvis's preferred instrument after the guitar.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially in later years too.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Okie dokie.
All right.
All the best. Thanks, Dylan.
Thank you.
Bye. Yes, watch out for that. It's quite visible during, as Dylan says, when he introduces Charlie. Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Well, hello, stranger. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
So what do you think? Are you talking about the albums or are you talking about the Dolan Drive house? Both. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think can be done or will be done about Dolan?
Oh, it's a hard one because obviously they're not there and they obviously don't seem to care about it.
No, I don't think they do.
No, that's wrong. Because at the end of the day, it's a part of Elvis's history. It was where his dad lived.
Hang on, I'll just try and get rid of this call. Hang on a second.
Yeah, that's right.
Decline that. Yeah. Okay. Right. Sorry about that. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think they do care about it, unfortunately, because they would have by now, they would have a long, long time ago, they would have done something.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let it have got into this state anyway, that's for sure.
No. I think they should, or maybe if someone writes to Riley, maybe she might be persuaded to buy it up.
Well, you see, this is it now. Yeah, with Riley being a new kid on the block as such, she might have different thoughts on it now. But again, there is that major thing where it's not, it's in a subdivision. So it can't be zoned for commercial purposes. So even if they do buy it, they're going to have to get it zoned and everything before they can open it for, for tours.
Yeah. If not, buy it up and just put it up as an Airbnb.
Yes, that's
another thing.
Yeah, because there's a couple of Airbnbs on Dolan.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's one very, very near his house actually, so you can get a good view of the back of Graceland.
Yeah. I think that'd be better. Or the other option is all of the fans pitch in and try and make an offer. And I'm willing to do that.
Well, this is it, you see. I mean, I was thinking this earlier on. If we all gave just $1, easily, we could buy that house 20 times over, probably.
Exactly.
Although we wouldn't be given $1 million now because we wouldn't be taken for a ride.
No, I think that's way too much to ask.
Yeah,
the fact that there's a lot of damage on it and the backyard needs a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I mean the pictures I showed, you can see just what a sort of a rundown. I'm not too sure what it's like inside, although I did hear somebody say that it's very, very bad inside now.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's a shame that.
And somebody else said it's nearly going to be, it's nearly getting to the state now where it just needs to be bulldozed, which we don't want to see. We
can't do that.
No, exactly. Tell me, are you going to direct from Graceland?
What, straight to Graceland?
The one, the exhibition that's coming up in London, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to go in October. When are you going?
Yeah, I'm going in November.
Oh.
As I say, I'll tell people more nearer the time when I'm going and what I'm going to be doing. But I will be doing something while I'm there.
Oh, brilliant.
So you're going, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, I didn't ask you about the albums, did I?
Oh no, you didn't.
Okay. Raised on Rock, Good Times, or Promised Land?
They're all good albums.
I know.
I'm gonna have to go Promised Land.
Right. Any particular track on there that you said swung you?
Promised Land.
Oh, Promised Land. Yeah, fair enough. Why not? Okay, great. Promised Land gets your vote. Thanks, Maxine.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right, cheers, Steve.
All the best.
All right, bye.
Bye. I don't know. I don't know what can be done. I did read somewhere that inside the house is extremely bad now. Without going into too many details, there's mess in there and animal urine and all those sort of things as well, which you don't want to really hear, do you? So what do you think can be done? Bear in mind that the house is located in a subdivision which is not currently zoned for commercial purposes, although Maxine did say that, if somebody invested in it, it would make a splendid Airbnb. And I'm pretty sure that they can do that without zoning it. They don't need zoning for Airbnbs, do they? I'm not very au fait with zoning and things like that. But you can see. I mean, it's locked. It's padlocked. The gates are padlocked, and then you have broken items, bent and broken, and the walls need painting. The walls need fixing up simply because I don't know whether that's just decay or whether that's people have actually stolen those bricks from Graceland. Hello.
It's me, Vincenzo.
Hi, Vincenzo. How are you doing?
Me, Vincenzo.
Hiya. Hi.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing well. Now, you tell me, what do you think is going to happen to Dolan?
I think Riley should do something to try to save that house.
Okay. And what can she do? Because, like I say, even if she buys it, they won't be able to open it up to the public.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think she'll just buy it, renovate it, and then hope that zoning changes, or she can apply for zoning or something like that? But something has to be done.
I think somebody should try to do something to save it.
Yeah. Now, I mean, yeah. I mean, people are saying, well, it's only a house and it's nothing to do with Elvis now, but it is, because it was Vernon Presley's house. Elvis paid for that house. Elvis bought that house. He had it built especially for Vernon, and Elvis used to stay there as well. He used to come in the back way and spend evenings with Vernon. So it's very, very, very intrinsically involved with Elvis. And do you think it will be?
Should try to save it.
And do you think it will be successful? Do you think somebody will just see sense in it?
I hope so.
Yeah, you hope so. Okay, and did you vote on the poll?
Yeah, I picked Promised Land.
Wow, Promised Land is getting a lot of votes tonight. I'll be interested to see which is the winner. Okay, Vincenzo, thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
All the best.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, nice talking to you too. Bye. Okay, yes. They say that Riley could buy it, but then she'll have to obviously apply for zoning and all that, and I don't know how long that takes and how expensive something like that is. Please keep voting on the poll. If you want to just click on the blue band and it will actually open it up for you. Which is your favorite album from the Stax sessions? Raised on Rock, Good Times, Promised Land. And if you want to ring in and tell me what you voted for and why you voted for it, please do. There was another person here trying to call me, I believe. Let's have a look, see what I can do here. See if this lady picks up.
Howdy doody.
Well,
Hey, Steve. How are you?
Priscilla, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
So you've got views on Dolan Drive, obviously.
Did
you go and have a look at it when you were there?
Let's just turn this down now.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, say that again, Steve.
Did you go past it when you were over there?
We did.
And it's not a pretty sight, is it?
No. I suppose, look, we think about Elvis in a way that necessarily the money makers don't.
No, they see the bottom line. They see the balance sheet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, I suppose I'd have a couple of comments with regard to Dolan Drive. I think that it had access directly to Graceland from the back of the property.
It does, yeah.
So technically, if Graceland bought it, it could be incorporated into the property in Graceland. That may be a loophole. I don't know if that is but it certainly looks like a possibility if there's access to and from it from the Graceland property.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting into legalities now, and I'm not 100% sure on it. But
nor am I.
Yeah.
Nor am I. But yeah. I'd rather see something done with it than let it rot away.
Yeah, I mean, it quite clearly says it's not currently zoned for commercial purposes. So I would say that it's probably fairly strict that they wouldn't allow it tours without rezoning anyway. But then again, didn't Vernon get the meditation garden rezoned so he could move Gladys and Elvis there?
Yeah. And secondly, this is something that, Memphians and Memphis and the dignitaries and politicians over there, they very much like Elvis and Graceland. They have provided a very low socio-economic background our economy with a steady stream of finances.
Yeah.
Like, it's the only thing that's keeping that side of Memphis out of the gutter.
Yeah, well, I mean, Memphis owes a great deal of debt to Elvis, definitely, and Graceland.
But I mean, from the bottom line, Steve, irrespective of Elvis, now I can't believe those words have left my lips. I cannot believe I've just said that because I don't mean it. But the point I'm making is that it's the only source of revenue. It's like a major company in a manufacturing company in a small town. It keeps everything afloat.
Yeah.
It provides these people with jobs, with revenues. It gives them the opportunities to work in subsidiary businesses that benefit, like the hotels and the shops and the restaurants. And it's a phenomenal. It's a phenomenon. That's what it is over there.
Yeah.
And they're aware of it. And any of the people that I spoke to that were working within, directly or indirectly, in Memphis because of that, they were very grateful for it.
Yeah.
So I think that, we need to think outside the box a little more. The reality is, no, it wasn't Elvis's house. It was Vernon's house. But it was directly a part of the property. It was linked. Elvis did buy the property. I mean, I remember one time watching a video that somebody visited it, and it actually had a direct link, like the intercom to Graceland, a direct line. So it was very much part of that property.
Well, Elvis would come down through the back way, and him and his father would watch football games and things like that in Dolan. Now, whether he ever stayed there or slept in one of the bedrooms, maybe he did just for a change. We don't know.
But the other thing is, take Circle G and the amazing work that's being done to try and highlight that place. They have EPE have shown little or no respect for any of these other sites. And anything that has been done to mark Circle G's prominence in the Elvis history has been done by fans.
Yes, right.
So, it might just be a case. And the other thing is, the people who did buy Dolan Drive may have bought it with the intention of doing. We don't know what's happened to them. Those people could now have ill health. Their financial situation could have changed.
Good point. That's why I didn't mention the person's name, because there could well be a reason why it's going to.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is. Yeah. I'm sure that if you bought that property in the first instance, it was because there was some love of Elvis in it. Like I can't see why anybody would do it otherwise. Or its unique selling point was exactly that. Yeah. So we don't know what's gone on in these people's lives, or what has changed for them. I'm sure if they honest to God, there's no way I'm sitting here that I think that those people are sitting at home going, I think I'll just let that rot. Exactly. Yes, it beggars belief if somebody would just do that. Oh, I'll just let it rot. I've invested money in it, but I'll just let it rot. There has to be a specific reason why it's happening. Yeah, and nobody knows what's going on in other people's lives, or what their intentions are initially, and how those conditions change. I agree 100%. I would like to see something done with it though, Steve. Well, I would like to see it incorporated. Something needs to be done fairly quickly, because in a few years that will just be it'll probably cave in on itself if the truth is to be told, because the inside is very, very bad. Now, the Stack Sessions, which album have you voted for? Stop it, Steve. Like I love the Bones, and you're a decent bloke, but what are you doing to us? I know, I don't make them easy, do I? Yeah, I suppose I did. I mean, all of them. But I did lean towards Promised Land, only because, in my honest opinion, Elvis was in his happy place in that album. Yeah, and it shone through. But there isn't anything I wouldn't like about any of the rest of them either. Well, this is it. As I said at the top of the show, it's like me asking people to say who their favourite child is, it's impossible. It's impossible. Yeah, it is. You do, and you continue to put these impossible scenarios to us, and we every week try. Okay, right. So your Promised Land, yeah? Definitely. Okay, definitely. Right. Nice to hear from you, Priscilla. Thanks, Steve. All the best. Take care, babe. Bye. Have a good week. Same to you. Bye. Bye. Yeah. Somebody's just said actually on the chat, what about a VIP lodge? Do up Dolan and make it a VIP lodge. This is where Elvis used to watch football with his father. This is where Elvis slept one time, and all that. I'm sure he did sleep there at times. Hello?
Steve, how you doing?
Yeah, hi. Is that Steve, is it?
It is Steve in Toronto.
Hi, Steve.
Doing all right?
Yeah. Good to hear from you.
Thank you so much. You know what? We were inside Dolan back in 2020, as well as Circle G. Oh, right. They're beyond repair, Steve. Beyond repair? Beyond repair. If you wanted, I could send you the video from inside Circle G. You would fall over. My wife, Rose, she didn't even want to go in. I had to put a cover over my mouth. It was so moldy. It was unbelievable. Wow. And what about Dolan? Yeah. Is Dolan the same? It was not anywhere near as bad. So this is going on 4 years ago. I can't imagine how much worse it is in Dolan. I didn't even want to touch the door handles in Dolan. It was just yuck. Wow. The carpets, everything, the tiles on the inside, the pool, my gosh, just unbelievable. So, and tell me now, this, Riley? Go ahead. Well, so do we know why Dolan is just being left to rot? That's a good question. I don't know. It's not worth barely even land value, which would probably be $50,000. Yeah, is my guess. So, yeah. I don't know. Like the ones who bought Autobahn, they paid a lot of money for it. It got burned up. It's not worth anywhere near what they think it is. There's nothing original left in there. Not even the sinks. Yeah. So not a good investment at all. And that's why Lisa would never touch it. Priscilla would never touch any of them, or Riley. Like, seriously. So you don't even think that Riley is going to be interested in Dolan either? Never. No. Lisa wasn't. There's no way. Yeah, you can never park 50 or 100 cars on Dolan anyhow. Circle G, it's a busy highway. I don't know if you've ever been there. I've seen aerial photographs of it. No, I've never been to Circle G. Got it. Well, we snuck on there a couple times, and it's worth a walk around the property, which is 160 acres. It's Somebody left the front door open, or the side door open. That's how we got in, if you can believe it.
Wow.
It was open an inch. So I took my shirt and pushed the door the rest of the way open, and we went on a 1-minute tour inside. It was unbelievable. Mm-hmm. If I could get you the video, I will.
Yeah, I mean, I would be interested in seeing those videos. You've got my.
I will send it to you
you've got
via
my
messenger.
Yeah, Well, you can do that, or you can email it to me, whichever way you want to do it. But yeah, I would be interested in seeing those videos. I will
get your email address. You have my word that you will get that. So it was very interesting to get in there, though.
And you've got video of Dolan and Circle J.
I do not at Dolan, only Circle G, Steve.
Okay, that's fine.
I didn't think Dolan was even worth filming, to be honest.
Wow.
The photo that you're showing right now, it was getting dark. I was with a group of people. I actually hopped the fence to the right to get to the barn. I didn't go all the way over, but I was curious what was over there. Even that brick wall is decrepit. You could really get hurt crossing over, but
yeah. I mean, I have a picture shown there earlier on, and it's just crumbling away.
Yes, yeah, no, it's a real shame. So, and obviously, EP has no interest in that whatsoever.
No,
they would have bought it years ago. They would have bought the dojo years ago. They would have bought Circle G years ago if there was any money to be made. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if you agree, but
yeah. Well, thanks for that, Steve. That's great. Now, I also want to ask you about the stack sessions, the Raised on Rock, Good Times, or Promised Land. Which one would you have voted for?
The Promised Land. Yeah.
What makes me think the Promised Land is going to win this poll?
Yeah, no joke. You know what? That's always been a favorite since I was a kid.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorite movies, Elvis on Tour, and that part where it comes on, where he's singing it.
Yeah.
Promised Land, it always stuck in my head. So always a favorite.
Okay.
Like Priscilla said, that was probably a happier time for him.
Yeah. Okay. Steve, I look forward to receiving that video, and thanks very much.
You will indeed. You'll have that later or tomorrow at the latest.
Great.
You let me know you got it.
Okay, I will. Thanks for your
call,
Steve.
Another great show, Steve.
Thanks.
Always.
Thanks.
Bye now.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Well, there you are. Steve says that Dolan is not worth saving, which is kind of disheartening, to say the least. And I'm pretty sure that, as Steve says, Priscilla isn't interested in it. Lisa wasn't interested in it. Riley probably won't be interested in it if she seeks advice on Dolan. Elvis Austin, I was in Dolan 1987, 1990, and around 1995. I would have said that Elvis Austin, it would have been in a lot better condition then. They used to have meetings in there and everything during Elvis week. Mrs. EAP Elaine says, great call, Steve. That was Steve that was just on the phone there. Jack says, I'd love to see that video. Well, what I might do is I might ask Steve's permission if I can share it, and maybe even share it to the channel maybe. But let's see how it goes. Right. I suppose we can move on now. You can still call in if you want, if you have anything to say about the poll, or if you have anything to say about Dolan. I will ask you very, very kindly, if you're new to this channel or you haven't done so yet, please do subscribe and click the bell and turn the bell black for all notifications, because it really, really does help. I wanted to say something else as well, and of course it's gone out of my head. Just had a look on Google Maps, and the house is completely blurred, as if somebody wanted to hide its state. Yes, actually, the street view of Dolan has been blurred out for quite a while, and you can do that. You can request that Google blurs out your house if you wish, and they will do that. I think they have to do it if you request it. Although I will say that all Google Street Views are the same as what people can see from the street. There's no better view. You can't see into windows or anything like that. So I'm a little bit confused why the owners asked for Dolan Drive to be sort of blurred out. We're going to do, still coming up, of course, is I Wish Elvis Had Recorded, Caption This Photo, Underrated Elvis Song, Smoking Hot Photos, and, of course, the result of the poll, Raised on Rock, Good Times or Promised Land, for which is the favourite of the Stack sessions. And I will also ask you, again, nicely to give this a thumbs up, because we're trying for 300 likes. And I'll leave that switched on to remind you, actually. Now, I have some great photographs of this day in Elvis history, of course. There's always a lot going on in this day in Elvis history. Elvis performed in 1954, September the 10th. Elvis performed at the Eagle's Nest in Memphis. 1955, Elvis performed at Louisiana Hayride Municipal Auditorium, Shreveport. And 1956, record stores were swamped with requests for Elvis's "Love Me Tender," which had not yet been released. Elvis continued the filming of "Love Me Tender" during the day. And then we've got 1957. Elvis dropped by Sam Phillips's home, and he said hello to Phillips's kids as well. 1960, Flaming Star. 1962, we've got It Happened at the World's Fair. Rain cancelled filming on Monday, September the 10th, and Elvis and the company lay low on that day. We've got Viva Las Vegas. And we've got Elvis reported for shooting of some publicity pictures with photographer Virgil Apgar and co-star Anne Margaret. And there we see one of those photographs. And then we've got another one as well, taken on the same day. Paradise Hawaiian Style being filmed this day in 1965. 1967. Elvis had some brief time between films and wanted to record some new songs and material for new singles, as well as bonus songs to fill out Clam Bake soundtrack album. One of the songs Elvis really wanted to do was Guitar Man. They fooled around with the songs but couldn't replicate Reed's guitar, so Reed was tracked down and asked to play along. I think he was fishing at the time. And here's some photographs of Elvis outside Studio B on September the 10th. There he is with a fan. I don't know whether you've seen those before, but there you are. That's outside Studio B on September the 10th, 1967. Let's see. He recorded Guitar Man, Big Boss Man, Mine. Then he did a vocal overdub, backing vocal for Mine, and Singing Tree, and Just Call Me Lonesome. In 1968, Elvis spent most of September in Palm Springs. 1970, Elvis performed at Kiel Auditorium, St. Louis, Missouri. For the very first time, there was a sound system on stage with on-stage monitors, which allowed Elvis to really hear himself. Can you imagine it? Before 1970, he hadn't... 1969 as well, they weren't on-stage monitors either, so he couldn't hear himself. There you are. 1974, Elvis and Sheila Ryan spent 5 days, September the 9th to the 13th, in Palm Springs together before Elvis had to leave for Memphis. And 1975, there's some great shots. Out on the highway in one of his three-wheeled motorcycles, Elvis was ticketed by a policeman, Linda Thompson riding behind Elvis. Now I'm just thinking, did police really ticket Elvis in 1975? I can imagine them doing it in 56 and 57, but by 1975, would they have ticketed Elvis, given him a ticket? Would they have not just asked for an autograph? Okay, so that was this day in Elvis history. Right, what have we got next? Don't forget the poll. And, oh yes, Photoshop. Look at this one for a Photoshop. Here we are. Elvis is shown with Mexican singer Pedro Infante. No, it's not actually. If you look at Photoshop number 2, which is the genuine one, you can see that it's a photograph of Elvis and Tom Parker in Florida in 1956. So that's this week's Photoshop. And the real one is obviously the one on the left. You can send in Photoshops if you want. If you can send me the original and the Photoshop, and I can. That's courtesy of Kirsty's Instagram channel, exposing Elvis's Photoshops. So that's this week's. Now, what have we got? We have got I Wish Elvis Had Recorded. And this is actually sent in by Laurie Gelman. Thanks, Laurie. It's a song by American folk rock musician Stephen Stills. It was released as the lead single from his debut self-titled studio album in November 1970. So Elvis was heavily into recording in the early 70s. We know that he didn't kind of lose interest until sort of 75, 76 time. The song, inspired by a remark Stills heard from musician Billy Preston, became his biggest hit single, peaking at number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100 in early 1971. David Crosby and Graham Nash, Stills' fellow members of Crosby, Stills and Nash, provide background vocals on the song. Also providing the backups are Rita Coolidge, her sister Priscilla Jones, and John Sebastian. They all sing the doo-doos that come before the instrumental portion and the outro. The song was also recorded by other top musicians, notably the Isley Brothers, the Meters, Bucks Fizz, Bob Seger, and Luther Vandross. Now, the song is Love the One You're With. The Luther Vandross is the one that Laurie recommended, but I'm overruling you, Laurie, and I'm choosing the Stephen Stills version. I hope you don't mind. I can just imagine the sweet inspirations backing Elvis up on this, and I'm going to provide a link below to this one, the Love the One You're With, in case you're not familiar with it, and you can have a listen to it. And you can let me know, actually, in the comment section when you've watched this back. So that's this week's I Wish Elvis Had Recorded. And as I say, you can send all those in. You can send in ideas for underrated songs, Photoshop, Smoking Hot, all those things that we cover during the show. You can send in to Elvis the Ultimate Fan channel. And you can also put, it helps me out as well if you put it's an underrated song or a Photoshop or, whatever in the description line. So it just helps me file them in the right boxes. Let's do a caption this photo, will we? It was this one from Elvis. He's doing something with his sleeve. I don't know whether he's talking down his sleeve or whether he's looking down his sleeve. But some of the comments, some of the captions that people left were, yep, the Derringer's still in there. Nope, no auto-tune up my sleeve, just me. Yeah, he's one boy that just didn't need auto-tune. In fact, Wings of Pegasus did a special video on Elvis. And he put Elvis's vocal through auto-tune, and it sounded worse. Most people's voices sound better through auto-tune, but Elvis's voice sounded worse, what does that lead you to believe? Elvis's voice was just perfect. It didn't need any technical wizardry. Good thing I got the words of this song in here. Where Did Love Go? That's a kind of a sad one. You Can Come Out Now, Charlie. I dropped the key to the studs down my sleeve. But the winner is, and I will, a drum roll. Is Vilma Morrow. She got the most thumbs up. So, because that's what I do. I ask people when they're leaving their caption to also look through the other captions and thumbs up their favourite. And it's Vilma. Well done, Vilma. And you put, there must be at least another hit song up my sleeve. So I'm not surprised that got a lot of likes, because that's quite a clever one. So, Vilma, you get this. A round of applause. Congratulations. And I'll be posting another caption photo sort of Tuesday-ish. If you look out on the community tab, you'll sort of load it up, scroll along till you see community, and then just click on community, and that'll take you to where I post it. That one's quite old, that one now. I used that one a few weeks ago, didn't I? So, yes, let's see now. What have I got to do? Yes, I will do underrated Elvis songs and Smoking Hot as well. I'll also say, don't forget to vote on the poll. I see people still actually voting on it. Which is your favourite album from the Stack Sessions? Raised on Rock, Good Times, and Promised Land. And I'm guessing here, but I think Promised Land might win because everybody that's rung up so far has said Promised Land. Underrated Elvis songs suggested by April. Thanks very much, April, for sending this in. And I agree with you 100% on this. This is one that I've always felt that how it got the treatment it did, I'll never know. Written by Joy Byers and Charles E. Daniels, a ballad that was recorded on January the 12th, 1964. This non-movie song was the B-side of the movie single Kissin' Cousins, released on February 10th, 1964. The A-side reached number 12 in the US singles charts, while this song reached number 29, but never became well known or attained the classic stature promised by a song and the performance. The session that produced this recording marked the beginning of a 28-month period during which Elvis recorded no other non-music movie songs. It is, of course, It Hurts Me, which was stuck on the B-side of Kissing Cousins, as I said a few moments ago. That just goes to show RCA's and Colonel Tom Parker's priority in 1964. It was all about the movies. It Hurts Me, completely and utterly underrated song in my book, and such a fantastic vocal performance by Elvis. Elvis must have liked it. He performed it again in the 1968 comeback special. And yeah, if you want to send in an underrated song, a song that you think doesn't get the recognition that it should, then please do send it in. Send it to Elvis, the Ultimate Fan Channel at gmail.com, and we'll take it from there. Right. So will I close the poll, because I'm dying to know. I really am dying to know what won. So let's have a look. Yeah, no surprise at all. Promised Land 53%, Raised on Rock 24%, and Good Times 21%. Guess which one I would have voted for? No, not Promised Land. I would have gone with Good Times. I'm in the minority again, simply because I think it might be because My Boy is on there, but the one song that really, really, really just touches a nerve with me is Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. So I would have picked Good Times. Now, again, it's difficult. I agree with you. It is a difficult poll. Promised Land, Raised on Rock, Good Times. How do you pick between the two? But Good Times for me just edges it with those two tracks, My Boy and Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. So thanks for everybody that voted on that. And I've got to do Smoking Hot, haven't I? Because if I don't, the ladies won't let me forget. Here we are, Smoking Hot. And please, as I say, you can send in your Smoking Hot photos. This is the one. Yep. From the Astrodome time. And Cowboy Elvis. He has the Stetson on. And he wasn't actually well that week. He'd come off the back of a January-February stint in Vegas, and he'd come down with quite a heavy cold. In fact, you can hear him coughing on a couple of the tracks on stage. And if you look closely, he's also got a cold sore on his top lip, the poor fella. And he did actually suffer from cold sores, and I myself do as well at times, and it's not a nice thing. So as you can see, just there, just to the one side, he's got a cold sore. So Rebel Vegan says, so cute. Okay, let's see what everybody else is saying about that. He does look tired. Yeah, I think he looks tired because of the cold. He needs a hug. Yes, he does. He looks like he has got a cold. Yeah, he does. He does look a little bit unwell. Sandra, if you kiss him, you'd get a cold sore. And Chris says she gets cold sores too. Yeah. Even under the weather, he's gorgeous. Yes. Yeah, all those kisses gives you cold sores. Yeah, or as he used to call it, the creeping crud. That's what he used to call it, didn't he? His immune system was quite compromised. He was prone to infections. Creeping crud, it says Jack, yes. He always used to say that, didn't he, after a load of kissing, maybe after Love Me Tender. For all those who got kissed, he says, I'd just like to say I kissed somebody last night and I got the creeping crud. Yes, they are. Cold sores are highly infectious. Yeah. You should never kiss somebody with a cold sore. David Lund says, raised on rock. Yeah, that's the poll. Yeah, well, Promised Land won it, and I would have voted for Good Times. So I'm going to just revisit and remind about the... sorry, Elvis, I have to take smoking off. Just remind you about the Circle G, and there's a link below to sign the petition, because something needs to be done. It really does. So I just wanted to remind you one more time about that petition. And believe it or not, that's it for another week. Thanks to the moderators, Dave and Maxine and Chris. Thanks to the callers. The show wouldn't be half as good without the callers. So thanks for calling in. And we will do it all again next week. More fun, more topics. But take it away, Al.
Elvis has left the building. Thank you and good night.